If you've been wanting to make panettone but you feel it's too time consuming and difficult, keep on watching because this is the perfect beginner's panettone recipe. You'll get beautiful mini panettones that are soft and fluffy like the most comfy pillow. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. And in case you're new here, my name is Marco and today I'm going to make mini panettone with chocolate chips. Now panettone is a recipe that has to be in every single holiday in my family. It's very traditional for us. So this is the perfect recipe if you want to make panettone for the first time, because being in mini size makes it so much easy to handle, to cook it, and everything involved in the technique of doing panettone. It's so much easier when you have them in mini size. So let's get cooking. I'm going to make this even easier with my standing mixer, but if you don't have one, you can also do it by hand. So we start by adding the ingredients in a mixing bowl. Bread flour, instant yeast, the zest of half lemon, zest of 1 orange. That's what's gonna give it beautiful aroma. Vanilla extract, honey, milk, make sure it's warm, 1 whole egg and 1 yolk, and a bit of salt. Now with the hook attachment, I'm going to mix this until it's well incorporated and then knead for 10 minutes. Now when it looks like this, we're going to start counting the 10 minutes of kneading. If you knead by hand, you're gonna have to add some time to this. So now 10 minutes have passed and we're going to start to add the butter that is at room temperature. We're going to add it bit by bit, so you need to cut the butter into small cubes and we're going to continue kneading. After we incorporate the whole butter bit by bit, we're going to knead for another 10 minutes. Just add a few cubes at a time and wait until it incorporates and then continue adding. Don't rush this part because else it's going to be very difficult to incorporate all the butter. And now that the butter is all incorporated, we're going to knead for another 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of kneading, you can see the dough is pretty sticky and soft, so work with these rubber spatulas to unstick it from the hook and the bowl. And now I make sure I lift all the dough, and what I'm going to do now is put some oil on the bottom of the bowl and then place the dough back on. I want the dough to be lightly greased so that it can rise properly. And we're going to cover it and let it rise until it doubles in size. So now that the dough has doubled in size, I'm going to lightly grease this so that the dough doesn't stick. I'm not using flour because I don't want to incorporate any more flour into the dough. And now what I'm going to do is stretch this dough more or less into a rectangle. And I'm going to add the chocolate chips. Now we'll need it just briefly to incorporate all the chocolate chips into the dough. When I was a kid, I used to hate panettone. I didn't like it at all because of the orange blossom water that some shops put in it. That's why we never put it when we make it homemade. But if you like it, that's always an option. You can incorporate it. We're going to divide it into 6 equal pieces. And now each of these I'm going to form into a ball and put in the panettone mini molds. This is the mini panettone molds that I'm using, and I got them from Amazon. I'm going to leave a link below in the description. You see how this part is more wrinkled and this is more smooth? So always leave the smooth part up. And now I'm going to cover them loosely and wait for them to rise again, more or less until near the brim of the mold. Now that the panettones puff up a bit, I'm going to brush them with a bit of egg wash. And now I'm going to cook them in a preheated oven at 350 Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius for 25 minutes. And this is after 25 minutes of cooking. I'm going to let them cool on this rack. Now look how beautifully golden they look. The aroma in the house was amazing. And we also like to sprinkle a bit of powdered sugar on top and tie a rope around them to make them look even prettier. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to try this recipe. Next, go watch our traditional panettone recipe with fruits and nuts. It's a favorite in our community and something we make every single year. And now the best part, I tried this. Look how delicious this looks. Look at this. Unbelievable. You have to make these holidays. They are so easy and delicious.